He wants to reconcile with his father, King Charles, but says silence and a bitter security dispute are standing in the way.
Prince Harry thought the door to royal events was cracking open again. A formal request was made, respectful, precise, and timed to coincide with the upcoming 300th anniversary of the Order of the Bath. A historical moment, steeped in royal tradition, where Harry believed his presence could mark a new beginning. But instead of a warm welcome or even a neutral nod, King Charles delivered a clear message: no. And this wasn't just a polite decline, it was a symbolic slap in the face.
The decision has been a surprise as well as not a surprise. For the time being, it's impossible for me to take my family back to the UK safely.
In a recent interview, Harry appeared visibly emotional when asked about his relationship with his father. While he didn't address the Bath snub directly, his words carried weight. For the time being, he can't take his family back to the UK. He said, "This decision has been a surprise."
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has lost the later stage of his court battle over the level of security protection he receives in the UK. His taxpayer-funded protection was downgraded 5 years ago.
And not a surprise. Prince Harry once stood at the heart of the British monarchy, a senior royal with duties, privileges, and state-funded security. But a series of decisions have led him down a path of estrangement and legal battles, culminating in a significant blow: the loss of his appeal over UK security provisions. This court ruling not only strips him of automatic police protection during UK visits, but also casts a long shadow over his participation in significant royal events, such as the 300th anniversary of the Order of the Bath. The Order of the Bath, a prestigious chivalric order, celebrates its 300th anniversary, a milestone event steeped in tradition and royal significance. Attendance at such an event requires not just an invitation, but also comprehensive security arrangements, especially for high-profile figures. Without guaranteed security, Prince Harry faces a dilemma. His presence at the ceremony could pose risks, not just to himself, but to other attendees. The lack of state-funded protection complicates logistics and raises concerns about safety and protocol.
Prince Harry stepped back from royal duties, and because of that and the fact that he was going to live or now lived in America, his security was downgraded.
Stepping back from royal duties was a watershed moment. It signified a transition from active royal life to a more private existence abroad. However, this move also meant relinquishing certain privileges, including the security afforded to working royals. The decision to step back was influenced by a desire for independence and a response to intense media scrutiny. Yet it also led to a re-evaluation of their roles within the royal framework, affecting their participation in events like the Order of the Bath ceremony. Living in the United States, Prince Harry has embraced a new life, focusing on philanthropic endeavors and media projects. However, this geographical and functional distance from the royal family has further complicated his relationship with the institution. The combination of legal setbacks and the decision to step back from royal duties has created a chasm between Prince Harry and traditional royal engagements. His absence from the 300th anniversary of the Order of the Bath is emblematic of this divide. Prince Harry's journey from a senior royal to a private citizen has been marked by significant challenges and transformations. The loss of UK security and the implications of stepping back from royal duties have not only affected his personal life, but also his role within the broader royal narrative. As the monarchy continues its traditions and ceremonies, the absence of the Duke of Sussex at events like the Order of the Bath's 300th anniversary serves as a poignant reminder of the evolving dynamics within the royal family.
Told from the beginning, you're either in or you're out. There is no in-between.
Prince Harry's journey from a senior royal to a private citizen has been marked by significant challenges and transformations. A pivotal moment in this journey was when he was reportedly told, "You're either in or out," emphasizing the monarchy's stance that royal duties are not a part-time commitment. This ultimatum underscored the royal family's expectation of unwavering dedication. King Charles III has been clear that being a royal is a full-time role, leaving little room for half measures.
Is it a bad look for Meghan to still refer to herself as a royal?
Meghan Markle's entry into the royal family brought a fresh perspective, but also challenges. As an American actress, Her approach to royal life differed from traditional expectations. This divergence became more pronounced when she and Prince Harry decided to step back from royal duties. Their decision to relocate to the United States and pursue independent ventures further distanced them from royal protocols. Meghan's continued use of her royal title in public appearances has drawn criticism and satire. Comedian Whoopi Goldberg humorously highlighted the incongruity of Meghan's royal references, given their departure from official duties. This sentiment reflects a broader public skepticism about their current royal associations.
He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile.
Despite the tensions, Prince Harry has expressed a longing to mend familial ties. In a candid interview, he revealed that his father, King Charles III, has not been communicative, primarily due to disputes over security arrangements. Harry emphasized his wish to reconcile, especially considering his father's ongoing battle with cancer. He expressed a deep desire to spend time with his father during this challenging period. However, the path to reconciliation remains fraught. Royal experts suggest that trust has been eroded, and without significant gestures of humility and apology, a reunion seems unlikely. Prince Harry's journey reflects the complexities of balancing personal choices with institutional expectations. As he navigates his new life, the prospect of rejoining royal traditions remains uncertain. While Prince Harry navigates legal battles and public scrutiny, his brother, Prince William, stands firmly beside their father, King Charles III. On May 16, 2025, the duo attended the 300th anniversary of the Order of the Bath at Westminster Abbey, a ceremony steeped in tradition and royal significance. During the ceremony, Prince William was installed as the Great Master of the Order, a role previously held by King Charles for nearly 5 decades. This public display of unity and continuity within the royal family contrasts sharply with Prince Harry's current estrangement.
He reached out to the BBC, his people did. They hadn't asked him initially. He reached out. He wanted to do this interview and he had messages he wanted to say. He wanted to say that he wasn't in touch with his father. He wanted to say he didn't know how long his father had left.
In stark contrast, Prince Harry's recent actions have further complicated his relationship with the royal family. Following the court's rejection of his appeal for taxpayer-funded security, Harry reached out to the BBC for an exclusive interview, expressing his disappointment and desire for reconciliation. However, his statements during the interview raised eyebrows. Harry implied that if any harm were to come to him or his family due to the lack of security, the responsibility would lie with the royal establishment. This assertion has been perceived by many as a direct accusation against his own family.
Was when he said that if anything were to happen to him because he had been denied security, then blood would effectively be on the hands of the royal family.
Prince Harry's alarming accusation, holding his family accountable. If harm comes to him. In a moment that left many viewers stunned, Prince Harry made a shocking statement during a media interview following the rejection of his legal appeal for UK police protection. He claimed that if anything were to happen to him or his family while in Britain, the responsibility would rest with the royal family. This declaration wasn't just controversial, it was unprecedented. Harry's words carried a sharp edge, a not-so-subtle implication that his own bloodline, the institution he once served, would be at fault should tragedy strike. Coming from a senior royal who once wore the British Army uniform and carried out state duties on behalf of the Crown, this public declaration sent shockwaves through both royal commentators and the public. It wasn't merely about a security detail. It was a statement steeped in hurt, mistrust, and perceived betrayal. What makes this especially jarring is the weight such a comment carries in the public eye. To many, it came across as an emotional plea wrapped in a thinly veiled accusation, putting the royal institution on notice. It suggested Harry doesn't just feel unsafe in the UK, but that he believes the system, once designed to protect him, has become indifferent or even antagonistic. Moreover, by going public with this grievance, Harry escalated what had largely been private legal and familial disputes into the global arena. It raises serious questions about trust, loyalty, and whether bridges between him and the institution can ever be rebuilt. Regardless of intentions, his statement could be perceived as a breaking point, a moment where the emotional distance between him and the Crown became painfully visible.
How do you then, in the next sentence, say, I want reconciliation with my family? I just found this interview deeply alarming.
In the same breath that he pointed a finger at the royal family for his security concerns, Prince Harry expressed a desire to reconcile. He claimed he wishes for peace and open dialogue, especially with his father, King Charles III, whom he says hasn't spoken to him in some time. The contradiction in his messaging has left many confused and critical. On one hand, Harry insists he wants to reconnect, especially as King Charles battles cancer, a situation that naturally brings urgency and reflection. He spoke of wanting his children to know their grandfather and of rebuilding fractured relationships. The public, at least those sympathetic to Harry's journey, found some hope in his willingness to mend what's broken.
We've received breaking news from Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed.
Despite knowing his father suffers from cancer, his earlier assertion that the family would be to blame should anything happen to him without security. For many, it felt like emotional whiplash. How can someone demand accountability from the very people they're simultaneously asking to forgive and embrace them? This dichotomy suggests a deeper internal conflict. A man torn between defending his family's safety and longing for the familial bond he once had. It's not unusual to feel both anger and affection toward family, but when played out on a global stage, the contradiction becomes harder to ignore. Royal commentators argue that Harry's public approach to reconciliation undermines its sincerity. True healing often begins in private, through difficult but earnest conversations. Yet Harry's plea comes after documentaries, interviews, lawsuits, and memoirs that have pulled back the royal curtain. While his emotional pain is clear, his strategy seems at odds with his goal. If Harry truly wants reconciliation, some argue, he may need to soften the public attacks and seek resolution behind palace doors, not in front of cameras. Is Prince Harry's declining popularity a reason for his misery? Prince Harry's recent statements and actions have significantly impacted his standing among the British public. According to a YouGov poll from May 2025, only 28% of respondents held a favourable view of Prince Harry, while 42% viewed him unfavourably. This decline is particularly notable among older demographics who traditionally held the monarchy in high regard. This shift in public opinion can be attributed to several factors. Harry's departure from royal duties in 2020, coupled with his subsequent interviews and memoir, has painted a picture of a royal at odds with his family and the institution itself. His recent comments suggesting that the royal family would be responsible if harm came to him due to a lack of security have further strained public perception. Such statements, while highlighting genuine concerns, have been viewed by many as airing private grievances in a public forum, a move that contrasts with the traditionally reserved nature of the royal family. In contrast, Prince William's popularity has remained robust. The same YouGov poll indicates that 75% of the British public view William favourably, making him the most liked living royal. His commitment to duty, coupled with a modern approach to royal responsibilities, has resonated with the public. The rift between Prince Harry and the royal family, particularly with his brother Prince William, has been a focal point of media attention. While Harry has expressed a desire for reconciliation, William's stance appears more guarded. Royal experts suggest that William prioritizes the integrity and continuity of the monarchy over personal reconciliation. William's commitment to duty and the institution is evident in his actions and public engagements. He has consistently emphasized the importance of service and responsibility, values instilled in him by his late mother, Princess Diana. This dedication has not only solidified his role within the royal family, but has also endeared him to the public. The contrasting approaches of the two brothers, Harry's candidness and William's reserved commitment, highlight the complexities of familial relationships within the confines of royal duty. While reconciliation remains a possibility, it would require mutual understanding and a shared commitment to both personal and institutional responsibilities.
Angela, this interview Harry has done with the BBC, I feel like it raises more questions than provides answers.
Prince Harry's recent BBC interview, intended to clarify his position and express a desire for reconciliation with the royal family, has instead intensified public scrutiny and skepticism. Journalist Angela Mollard described the interview as deeply alarming, noting that it raised more questions than it answered. In the interview, Harry expressed his longing for familial reconciliation, stating, "I would love a reconciliation with my family." However, this sentiment was juxtaposed with his assertion that the royal family would be responsible if harm came to him due to the lack of security provisions. This contradiction has left many questioning the sincerity and coherence of his statements. Furthermore, Harry's claim that he never asked his father to intervene in the security dispute, but merely to step out of the way and let the experts do their jobs, adds another layer of complexity. This statement implies a level of detachment from the royal family's decision-making processes, yet simultaneously holds them accountable for potential consequences. The interview also touched upon Harry's feelings of being let down and his belief that the decision to remove his security was influenced by individuals within the royal household. These allegations, while serious, lack concrete evidence, leading to further ambiguity and speculation. Overall, the interview has not provided the clarity or closure that many anticipated. Instead, it has deepened the existing rift between Prince Harry and the royal family, casting doubt on the possibility of reconciliation shortly.
He didn't want to upset his youngest son.
Amidst the ongoing tensions between Prince Harry and the royal family, reports suggest that King Charles III is treading carefully to maintain harmony within the monarchy. According to royal biographer Christopher Anderson, King Charles is hesitant to engage in reconciliation efforts with Harry, partly due to concerns about upsetting his elder son, Prince William. Prince William, the heir apparent, has reportedly been deeply affected by Harry's public criticisms and revelations, particularly those concerning Queen Camilla. In his memoir Spare, Harry referred to Camilla as the villain, accusing her of rehabilitating her image at the expense of others. Such statements have not only strained Harry's relationship with his stepmother, but have also placed King Charles in a challenging position, caught between his two sons. The king's reluctance to engage with Harry is further compounded by concerns about trust and confidentiality. Following the release of Spare and various interviews, there is apprehension within the royal household about the potential for private conversations to become public fodder. This fear has led to a cautious approach in dealings with Harry, with some senior royals reportedly advising against reconciliation efforts. Moreover, King Charles's ongoing health issues, including his battle with cancer, add another layer of complexity to the situation. While Harry has expressed a desire to reconnect with his father during this challenging time, the combination of past grievances, public disclosures, and familial dynamics makes the path to reconciliation fraught with obstacles. The recent developments within the British royal family highlight the intricate interplay of personal relationships, public perception, and institutional responsibilities. Prince Harry's attempts to address his grievances and seek reconciliation have, paradoxically, widened the chasm between him and his family. King Charles's cautious approach, influenced by concerns for Prince William's sentiments and the broader implications for the monarchy, underscores the delicate balancing act required in navigating familial tensions. As the royal family continues to grapple with these challenges, the prospect of a harmonious reunion remains uncertain. Ultimately, the path to reconciliation will require open dialogue, mutual understanding, and a willingness to prioritize familial bonds over past grievances. Whether such a resolution is attainable remains to be seen, but the hope for healing and unity persists. What are your thoughts about this royal controversy? Let us know in the comments.